this season I'm drawing is turtle. And the message of turtle that comes with this book is the turtle medicine connects us profoundly with Mother Earth and our own inner knowing. It reminds us to be grateful for the abundance bestowed daily upon us by Mother Earth. Call turtle anytime you feel spaced out or undergrounded. Drawing the turtle card shows you are learning to listen to and respect your physical body, the earth of your being. You have learned to pace yourself and gained an intuitive knowledge at the right time for some actions. Okay, so I think there's a theme here this season of continuing on with what you've built, of knowing when to call upon turtles, so call for help, call upon turtle medicine. So recognizing when you feel spaced out or undergrounded and calling on turtle medicine to help ground you, grounding yourself when you feel spaced out or undergrounded. To better understand, have that balance and better understand your intuitive knowledge, when to pace yourself, when to move forward with actions and so forth. Alright, so I'm going to do a little scribble over here for you, channel scribble to interpret now. Yours is coming out very fast. Wow, okay. So this is what has come out for you. Let's see if I can isolate it. There we go. This is what I scribbled for you. Okay. I'm going to say for some of you, I think you need to check in. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm being mature, but you need to check in with your genitals. You need to check in with like your health, your sexual health, the health of your reproductive organs. Not all of you, of course. Some of you are fine, but there may be an issue there that you need to get some like early detection for, or start helping, start healing yourself. What else do we have here? Alright, what are we looking at? Alright, so I think for some of you there's been like some ups and downs, and you're wondering, like, how do I get through this? Or you're starting to move or about to move into a phase of your life where that pattern isn't occurring anymore. And consciously or unconsciously, you start looking at the past as if like, what's going wrong? I'm so used to this, like what's going on now? This is very unfamiliar. And you may want to be careful not to resurrect any patterns that you don't want. And what else is going on? I think for some of you, you have the ability to communicate with yourself in the past, or you have the ability to talk to someone in the past right now and gain from that. We have a Mercury retrograde going on at some point this autumn, and it's just what the picture looks like. It looks like it's coming from the throat, so it would very much be about communication. Maybe there's something you need to say to someone in the past in order to move forward unburdened. For some of you, I do think like there is a slowing down that's been occurring. It's been like an energy of this and then that and this and then that, very quickly back and forth, and now it's like this and now that. I don't think it's anything to be concerned about, really. What else do we have here? For some of you, you are trying to pull somebody from the past. It's in the past, and it's supposed to stay in the past. Like you're trying to you've been talking to them, or you're gonna feel the urge to start talking to them, maybe a lover or something, and try to like convince them to get back with you or come into the future with you in some way. And that's not really the destiny here. Sorry to say, they're looking in the other direction. They belong left in the past, at least for this time. Okay, they're moving away from the current and the future. With you. Yeah. There's some very interesting foundational gestation energy right now going on for like the present and the near future. It looks like maybe you've built something with another person, or like a group you're in with another group potentially. For some of you, it's with somebody who's pregnant. Just, if you're wondering, well, who could that be? For some of you, it is you've built something and then the other person is pregnant. So this could be any kind of thing. But it has added to what you've got going on now, foundationally, in the present moment and the future, and what you're creating. There is a large like creative potential energy store as a foundational energy for you, and this is very interesting. It's very cool. It's different. There's a similarity. There's an underlying like foundational thing. So maybe for some of you this is a job. Maybe you've like had a steady job for a while, and now you've been like with another person in some way has helped you, but you've created like all these new ideas of how you want to start your own business, and you've started working on projects or something for that kind of thing. It's not always work though. It can have to do with family. It can have to do with where you live, like having a home, all the Taurus type things. So look into Taurus, money. Love partnerships, also foundational groundwork with other people, with your own health, your own spiritual journey, all of that. But it looks like there's like a lot of really interesting creative energy going on, which may feel different than you felt in the past. I am seeing kind of a need for you to reflect on the past a little bit, and before you can move forward, which is perfectly normal and natural with Mercury retrograde, I think. But there is something from the past that's coming towards you, and there's something that you're giving to the past. There's an exchange going on. For some of you, the letter M is coming up, and it's just a message from Spirit that there's something to pay attention to that has to do with the letter M. It could be somebody's name beginning with M. It could be a street name beginning with M, like a hunch to go down, maybe like your next apartment is on that street, that kind of thing. But the letter M has something to do with that. What else do we have, if anything, here? There's like a choice here. I am seeing sexual energy with a lot of you, and sexual energy and creative energy are said to be in the same area of the body where it's stored, its resting spot. So for some of you, maybe there's a need to rebalance your sexuality, make sure it's being channeled in a healthy, productive way. You're channeling it to create things you want to create, whether it is sexual experiences with another person, healthy ones, or whether it's to create a project or revitalize your health. But there is something to do with sexual energy here. There's some sort of choice for a number of you about whether to take your sexual energy and put it back into the past, into old patterns, to give it away to somebody who's not interested in you anymore. Old patterns. or whether you're going to take that sexual energy and put it into creating the new foundation for your present and your future. And this can be with, like I said again, it could be in a relationship with somebody. That can be foundation as in home, as in stability, as in occupation, foundation, just like foundations, things that you can stand on. For some of you, well, I think some of you have really just gone through a very, like a battle of the sexes between male and female, maybe, within your family or something. But there's a lot of energy that was released from that, and you can shape it and create it into positive things now. It doesn't have to be replayed anymore. For some of you, there's recently been like trying to balance and harmonize feminine and masculine energies. There was like an imbalance where there was too much masculine energy, too much activity, or too much aggression, not enough of the feminine energy, not enough reflection, not enough meditation, rest, etc. Okay, that's everything I'm getting for you, so I'm going to move on to Pisces now. Pisces. Okay, the animal guide coming for you for these cards is Spider. And the message in the book, in this booklet, associated with spider is you have learned how to weave your life with beauty, strength, and precision. You have learned to walk with balance and awareness. But do not be surprised when your alertness and swift actions cause others to fear you. So I think there's a theme here with this, that the way you are and how you've built your life, there's nothing wrong with it. Like it says, there's beauty, strength, and precision with it. There's balance and awareness. But not everyone is up for creating that in their life. And I drew this card, I think, for Scorpio also. And both of Scorpio and Pisces are both very deep signs. They're water signs. There's some complication to them. They tend to be able to and willing to stick their fingers in their head and their feet in places that a lot of people don't want to go. Into things that are taboo, into things that are unconscious with you, especially Pisces, known to be unconscious. The things that a lot of people fear. And they don't want to face their fears. So you may be giving off a vibration that says, like, I've been there, and that might be scaring some people. That's okay, but I think there's a theme here about not letting it really throw you for a loop, not taking extreme offense to it, says do not be surprised when your alertness and your swift actions cause others to fear you. So there may be a need to kind of assess whether, with certain people in certain situations, whether you need to just take that with a grain of salt and understand that they're going to be a little bit afraid of you sometimes, and just have that be okay. That's their issue to go through. And then other times it may be a situation of needing to move a little bit more slowly with people, not be so swift, not go to, and maybe in conversating, not go to so far out places, talking about aliens and deep, dark, subconscious things right away, kind of slowing the pace. So it's gauging that, I think, as a theme in part. I'm going to also do a little sketch here and see messages come up from that. A little scribble, really. Okay, wow, very interesting. All right, so this is a scribble sketch for you, Pisces. I'm trying to isolate from the others. Okay. Look at that. How I interpret that. Okay, graffiti-like. Yeah, okay, I'm gonna say for some of you, I think art is gonna be very important this fall. Alright, so what else do we have? I think you're in the process of creating a life where you can, in the future, have more awe in your life. So more like relaxing moments, more ahas, more awe, as in being awed by the beauty of something, which is very cool. I am seeing the letters S, J, Z, and E here. So for some of you, those letters are going to be meaningful, and Spirit's just saying pay attention. It can be the beginning of somebody's name. Maybe starts with one of those letters, or anything really. Could be a product, a business that's going to come across during the autumn. Street name and so on. Or if something happens in your dream time having to do with one of those letters, and I'm going to look deeper into that. Okay. The stars, I am seeing stars here. So that could be Aquarian energy. For some of you, it may have to do with getting with somebody who's Aquarian. It may be a calling for you to activate some of the Aquarian energy within you. So that could be like communication, community, that surprise factor. Look up Aquarius or Aquarian characteristics and see if any of that clicks. Also, this could be a call for you to just spend some time outside in the night. It could be that something's coming up for some of you. It could be that something's coming up where you're going to have more nightlife. Maybe you're taking a night job and you're used to working days, so you're transitioning into being a night person. For some of you, it's just the universe saying, hey, like, come connect with me at night. Come take in some of that starlight, just like you take in the energy of the sun, and it helps us make vitamin D. I really do feel that there is an energy of the night sky and the starlight and stuff that we also take in. It helps us be more whole. Alright. H, the letter H also, too. Something to do with money in the near future. It looks like there's a consistency, like a pattern, something that's eternal around money, and calling for your understanding of that. Something having to do with, and for some of you that Z is around money. So, if this pertains to you and you understand, I would love to hear in the comments what that's about. Z is not a very common letter, so it's very interesting. Alright, so it looks like you have one eye on the past right now and one eye on the future. Alright, so it's like the past, kind of present, and then one on the future. And I'm thinking that this is probably a good thing right now, because part of the autumn we have Mercury retrograde, so it's good to be doing a little bit of reflecting on the past, other than just trying to move forward with things, especially communication things and so on. It's good to do a little reflecting, revitalizing, editing, etc. Before starting to start something brand new in a lot of situations. So you've got one eye on the present and past, and then the other eye on the future. It looks like you're looking at the foundation of your future and how to move up from there. And that's a good idea. So I don't know if this is advice or what you're already doing, but it's a good idea. And where you're looking with that, the down at the foundation and moving forward, money, there's like a money sign right at the base of your foundation. So this may mean new jobs for some of you, or improving your life financially in some way. I think that's great. There's something I think coming up in the future for you that you're going to be celebrating. It may be like the breaking out of a cycle, escaping a cycle, breaking out of a cycle, and learning how to celebrate, or a promotion of some sort, or a escape of some sort of authority figure that isn't serving you anymore, that has been like controlling you, sort of like a pyramid type energy. Okay, so this could be like your boss leaving, and your boss was a jerk, that kind of thing. But there's something to celebrate, and it look like it has to do with escaping some sort of cycle that you're tired of being in and rising above it. All right, what else do we got? What else do we have? Again, this is a general reading. Not all of this is going to pertain to everyone. It looks like there's a couple like foundation lines going on for you. There's the material realm type foundation stuff having to do with money, having to do with your awareness, your vision, what you're observing in March, but not entirely. Your gaze is elsewhere also. There may be some people around this line. Looks like there's maybe somebody that begins with an S or an E, and I don't know. But there's a connectiveness too with this to a second foundational line. This foundation has to do with your mental health, I think, and your spiritual health, and like your higher, what we would call your higher concave type stuff, higher self, where your spirit resides at home. So it is where your physical body, like physical stability and foundation, and then there's like mental, spiritual foundations. And it looks like with that, there may be, there's another S. So there's an S and there's an H up with the spiritual, the second foundational line, whatever that may mean. And then there's an S and a J and a Z out the earthly foundational line. So what else do we see here? There's actually like a resurrection of the J, coming from like the spiritual mental thing down into the physical thing. Maybe it's, a company you started, for example, or something to do with you personally. I don't know. Maybe it's your middle name. It's very interesting though. Right. So I think that it's something that's maybe with a dream that you're turning into something, having manifest in the physical. Some of you. But it's very cool to see those foundations there. It's like a spiritual foundation. For some of you, you're being asked to pay attention to both. The material, creating a material foundation that's healthy, and creating a mental, spiritual foundation that's healthy. I think for some of you, it's a message that you are starting, or you have recently started to focus on the mental, spiritual foundation, and the great stuff is coming from that. The fact that you're able to break out of that cycle that you're tired of, rise above to that celebration thing, have that pyramid weight off of you, is very much a result of connecting to yourself spiritually, mentally, and making sure you're being more healthy as a result. What else kind of thing? I do think that's about it. It looks like maybe, though, there might be a person that you don't want to leave behind in that circle that you're breaking out of. And it may be like, don't leave them behind. You don't have to. Okay? Um, yeah. Or some situation. It might be something that's important to you that you think you have to leave behind in order to break free of that, that you actually don't, that is also free and could come with you if it's supposed to. Okay, so hope you liked reading. That wraps it up. Again, if you want a more personalized reading, if you want to gain some more clarity, you can check out my website, toastoftarotmore.com, and do personalized readings. And until next time, Mary Park, again, please leave your comments below.